Jason's seen better days. Here's your look at the Mondo. This is the Mondoids Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees collectible vinyl figure. What are these things? They've come from the planet Mondoida to make friends and eat snacks. Too bad their true form is too gross to look at. That's why they've taken the forms of humankind's favorite pop culture icons. They just don't always get it right. They're Mondoids. Before we get a closer look at Mondoids Jason Voorhees, the first thing we're going to do is figure out how tall the figure stands. If we can call it a figure. Like I said, there's not much left of him. We're going to take it right to the very top of his machete, as obviously that is the highest point. Some would say, why don't you put it right to the top of his head? If I took it to the top of his head, that would put the Mondoid Jason at 2.9 inches. If I took it to, however, his machete, then you're looking at the figure being really just like an inch taller. 3.9 inches exactly. And then centimeters, that works out to be, speaking of exactly, 10 centimeters exactly. A big thank you to the folks over at Mondo who were nice enough to send this my way. If you guys are in the market to pick this one up for yourself, as well as some of the other Mondoids available, you should be able to now find them through various online sites. When you get Jason out of the packaging, as I said, there's very little of him to look at. He essentially is a head floating, and not quite even so much floating, but he's resting on top of his, well, the remaining rest of his body. If you flip it upside down, you're treated to Mondo, mondotees.com, and then, of course, all that necessary legal stuff about Friday the 13th, which, can we all just agree, let's hope Friday the 13th finally frees itself in courts, so we can also get more cool collectibles featuring the Camp Crystal Lake Killer. That's a whole lot of Some assembly actually is required for this guy when you get him out of the packaging. Let me just show you. He comes with his hand removed. I suppose if you wanted to, and further add to the carnage, you can simply just leave the arm off completely. Yes, it will leave a barren socket, which something should look like it belongs there. But like I said, you can just leave the arm off in its entirety if you wanted to. This is what the arm looks like. Yeah, severed arm. Yeah, placing Jason here, I mean, I'm looking at gloves, for example. I'm thinking part 6. I'm looking at his mask. I'm thinking part 7. Again, there's a lot of cool different elements of Jason put together here. But his machete is quite blood-soaked. I mean, I don't know how he's killing anybody in Camp Crystal Lake other than just quite literally dragging himself across the ground. If Jason dragging himself across the ground with no torso, no legs to speak of, and he still catches up to you, maybe Jason is just doing you a service. And, you know, well, that's enough of that. Needless to say, though, like I said, he's got blood all over his machete. It looks like it's freshly settled blood as well. He's sporting a pair of gardener's gloves, Tommy's gloves perhaps, and some nice detailing done to the decay in his arms there. Yes, there is a big noticeable peg, so again, if you want to put that back in place, it's entirely up to you. You just line it up. I mean, kind of know which way an arm goes. It's obviously not going to go this way. I guess it could go this way, and it's certainly not going to go that way. Jason's not that deranged that he's going to have a crooked arm like this, but you're basically just going to line it up and just plop it down in place like that. And then you've got Jason Voorhees with at least an arm and another arm, and that's really about it. I mean, if you look at the back of the figure, boy, oh boy, he has seen some better days. But I mean, if you look at the back spinal cord exposed, I mean, that would be sort of a telltale sign that this is Friday the 13th Part 7 Jason Voorhees. But again, like, you can kind of just have some speculation that this is just Jason. I mean, there's a chain there. That's pretty cool that they would have included that. But the neat thing about these Mondoids is the fact that you can actually remove their head. When you do collect enough of these, and certainly I would be in the market of getting more of these, the idea is that you can then swap the heads around, or you can play toss with your daughter. Here you go, honey. Grab the head here of Jason Voorhees. Getting a close-up look at the head sculpt, though, I mean, it's a really gruesome-looking sight. You see some visible teeth there on the side, and hark, does that appear to be maggots crawling out of his eye? That's gruesome. The other eye seems to have pink eye, but I'm guessing Jason's got bigger problems to worry about besides the fact that he might have a slight case of pink eye. It's been airbrushed quite nicely in pink paint with a few little veins coming out from the edges there. It's a nice, again, looking mask. I like the way that it does have a Part 7 vibe to it. So bad is Jason's times lately that he's got even his brains hanging out the back. He's done his best to stitch up what things he can stitch, but I guess he can't get to the back where all this stuffing is starting to hang out. It's relatively light. I mean, it doesn't feel hollow or anything like that, but it does feel... It's not squishy or anything like that. Some of these tend to be of a more softer variety. Jason's noggin here is a good, solid, dense plastic. And as I said, if you do collect enough of these, the whole idea is the fact that you can swap them out. So if you want to take the head, for example, of another one and put the Mondoid head here in Jason's carcass, why not? You can do that. Detailing done is nice here on the inside there. A lot of decay, certainly on his arms and the inside there. It kind of looks like a moldy stump of a tree. And speaking of mold, get a good gander at all the entrails hanging out from Jason as he slides his body along the ground. Careful, Jason. You don't want to get dirt and rocks. Oh, right. Yeah, you got bigger problems, of course. I like these. I mean, this seems to me like something that would have existed back in the day, made by a different company. Fisher-Price. Not that I would be comparing Fisher-Price to Jason Voorhees, but this certainly would have seemed like something that they would have produced back in the day. Certainly Mondo has taken an idea of swappable heads and have done something a little bit different to it, bringing in a little bit of the horror element, so that's certainly right up my alley, and producing what I believe is a pretty schwanky, did I just say schwanky? A pretty schwanky looking Jason Voorhees. With or without the head is entirely up to you, but still a neat looking Jason nonetheless. Now, I spy with my one crooked eye Series 1 packaging here of Mondoids at the bottom corner. Let me draw your attention to it. We see Collect Them All with 2 of them available. Melting Stripe from Gremlins. And next to that, are my eyes playing tricks on me? No, what I do see here is Jason Voorhees in a variant NES color scheme. My, it seems this humbled reviewer is going to be going on a bit of a quest, if you will. Hopefully not a long quest and one successful, but we will be hopefully in the market of picking up that Jason Voorhees in the very NES colors. You know me, when it comes to Jason Voorhees in those NES blues and purples, I'm all about that. And I'll be all about getting that one, rest assured. The neat thing about these is that they are swappable. So based on Series 1 and Series 1 right now, if you're looking at Melting Stripe and Jason Voorhees, should you decide to be in the market of popping Jason's head off of his socket and replacing it with the decayed carcass of the Melting Stripe, you can do that. Pop them off, switch them around, and certainly as more of these are available and coming out to the market, you can swap these out to your heart's content. Jason also has the option, I guess, in a way to remove the arm. I don't know if you would want to remove the arm for Jason. It does leave a very noticeable area that looks like something should be pegged in place. But I guess if you want to leave Jason's arm off and continue Jason's road down decaying himself, why not just have the arm laying next to him? Why not? Again, really fun collectibles. This is sort of the things that I would expect to have seen in the late 80s, about that mid to late 80s sweet spot, where you would have had mad balls and various different things that could do different gimmicks. The gimmick on this one is simply just the fact that you can pop a head off, and not even so much pop the head off, just pull the head off of that open cavity and just swap it out with one that you have collected. And certainly I could see myself collecting a whole lot of these because these are super cool. A big thank you to the folks over at Mondo who were nice enough to send Jason Voorhees my way. They did also send Melting Stripe. So if you're in the market to be checking out more of these, want to kind of see a close-up look in hand of what these things look like, keep your peepers peeled, or in the case of Jason Voorhees, keep one peeper peeled because the other one is just maggots. That's lovely. To this channel, because we're going to be having a look at the Melting Stripe in the next coming video. While you're also here and in the market of doing stuff, I've been saying market a lot lately. I guess it's because a lot of grocery stores are things about the only things that are available right now to go and check out, obviously for picking up groceries and things of necessity, while all the other non-essential things are, of course, closed right now. But if you are in the market and liking this guy's content, might I recommend that you hit that subscribe button down below, turn the bell notification on, and in Jason's case, keep one peeper peeled, because there's going to be a whole lot of videos coming your way to this channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.